How you doing, good G?
Man, I'm alive, man. Happy. It's good.
You should be. You should be. This is a dope ass project you just dropped, man. Real spill.
Mm.
Real
I,
spill.
I appreciate it, man.
Congratulations. I mean, shit. I gotta tell you, because I was consumed by this Nas and Primo, and then this game. I said, what game got the Gangsta Grillz? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And that was the play all weekend long between the two of y'all, man. That was to quote drama. He said you was the y'all was the Scorsese and Caprio. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So yeah, yeah. Super ill, super ill. That feel like long time coming, huh? You and drama?
I think, yeah, drama, like, man, we've been in this shit for so long, man. It's like, sometimes like you forget that you haven't done music or done projects with your actual friends outside of music. You know what I'm saying? So drama been my dog, like, like in IRL for, over 20 years, man. We never got together and did a Gangsta Grillz. Of course, I appreciated all his, the mixtape series, the Gangsta Grillz that he had done previous. We always talked about, one day we'd do a Gangsta Grillz. It just never came to fruition till lately, man. I'm gearing up to finish my album, and I talked to Drama, and I'm like, man, we should do a tape. And he like, man, just sing me the songs. And so, of course, on my hard drive, I got a million songs, but it's like, I'm one of those guys that like fresh, new, material. So I went in on a Friday, and then I had everything to him by Sunday, and he did his thing, and then we just put it out that next week.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. No, good shit, man. Like I said, I've always thought you were one of the more doper rappers on the West, lyricist wise and all that type of shit. You know what I mean? LA got its sound. You know what I mean? And I, we could go on that forever. But I mean, from a lyricist MC standpoint, I've always thought you were one of the ones that stood out on some West Coast
Yeah.
lyricism type shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, man, if we talking about lyricism, man, and actually like the skill to really rap, bro, it ain't really nobody that can really go with me, man. And like, and everybody, when I say that, everybody think I'm like taking shots at somebody or something like that. But it's like, the proof is in the pudding, man. All you got to do is like check my 20-year history. We talking about like I came out in 2003, bro. It's almost 2026, bro. So that's like 23 years of doing what I do at a high caliber. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I take people get one thing confused about me. They think that when I go away or I assume the role of a father for a few years that, they kind of say, oh, if you're not putting out projects, putting out music, you fell off or whatever that is. But I don't, bro, I'm not Pinocchio for these rap fans, bro. I rap when I feel like it, and when I do rap, I rap at a high caliber. A few projects was to get out of, certain deals. I wasn't investing myself or my skill set 100% if I had to get off of Interscope or drop this to get out of this so I can be independent. But everything outside of like, that was super focused and super project oriented. Like I put out projects, real albums that you can listen to, ride straight through, and that you're gonna be able to, go back to 15, 20 years later and really like still appreciate that album. I ain't never been no one-off type rapper. And when it comes to like any type of disses or rap beefs, and it doesn't have to, end like Biggie and Pac did, or go as far as me and 50 did in the early stages of our careers. Like it could still be competitive. And that's what I tell a lot of cats about what Drake and Kendrick just did. Like it don't gotta be this cat dies because you feel like this cat won, or no, like I think it's just good for hip hop when two of the biggest artists go at each other. I feel like Kendrick is on tour getting his money, and he didn't win around the world twice at this point. And I feel like when you Drake, if you broke the Beatles records, right? Like you're outside of your genre breaking other people's records, like you don't lose when you lose because you still flying around in the 747 with your name on the side of it. So I don't understand why fans are, always making, the mass agenda. I mean, or the mass agenda is for somebody to pick this or pick a side. That's what got Tupac and Biggie killed. We don't have to do that. We can appreciate two sides of a battle. We can appreciate KRS-One and Busy B. We can appreciate Game and 50. We can appreciate who was it? Beans and Jada. We could just appreciate good rap as a whole. Like these fickle ass fans, bro. Like I'm not, putting the guitar over my shoulder and playing to these cats' music, bro. Like I put out, dope ass projects. So that's what me and Drama did. And when you say, one of the, better lyricists on the on the West Coast, that's subjective to your opinion. It's respected and it's love. But whoever you think is up there with me or right under or above and beyond, they don't want this. And it's whoever it is. So you can name any rapper in the world, and you can stand up for them as a fan of their music, right? But them themselves, they don't want this. The artist doesn't want this. I want this. I want smoke with whoever about whatever when it comes to some rap shit. But and it's funny because when fans be on the net, oh, he this and that and this artist and that, the artists that you love don't want this. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, let them speak for themselves. I'm more than vocal about who I am as a rap artist and my skill set, bro. And I don't shy away from nothing. I never have and I never will. And we talking about my son being 1 years old on the album cover to him being almost 23 years old now, and I'm right here and I'm present and my pen is present and my lyrical ability is it has sustained itself to a point where it's legendary. So people say, oh, his antics and this and that. Fuck my antics. I do whatever the fuck I want to do. I say what I want to say. I live, you know what I'm saying? I live in this mansion, got another one over there. The other day, my biggest problem the other day was trying to figure out where my other Maybach was in the garage. So I don't want to hear none of this. He fell off. He this. He that. I'm still getting 100,000 a show. You know what I'm saying? My kids is in private school, so when somebody says like he fell off or he broke, like it's just it's a commentary thing from somebody who doesn't want to look themselves in the mirror, and I'm not tired of it. Like it's subjective to that person's personal individual opinion, and I'm all good. I accept the love and the hate, and to anybody listening, whether it's you, a new artist or an old artist, any person that hates you enough, like in music. Is your number one fan because they go above and beyond to study to listen. To hate me, you have to have listened to my entire shit to say that it was trash. And for me, that's just as good as somebody who actually appreciates my music and loves me listening to it. It's still two listens, no matter how you spin it, man. So it's like everybody don't got to be a fan of game, but my rap skill set it ain't no question, bro. What I could do.
Facts.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So many opinions, so little credentials. That's
Yeah,
the biggest time.
I
That's the
like
biggest
that.
time we've been in for so long now, dog.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
and I
saying?
think,
So
yeah, and not to cut you off again, but look around, like literally outside of Kendrick and Drake, right? Um, and not to I ain't shitting on nobody, right? But outside of Kendrick and Drake, because that was such a monumental moment. Outside of that, what's up with rap? What's up with rap, bro? This shit's soft. Everywhere you look, left, right, this shit's soft. Niggas is putting out these projects. Nobody don't really give a fuck. They drop it and then it goes away. Nobody ever listens to it again. There's no originality really. And again, everybody do your thing. I appreciate hip hop affording us the luxury to have multiple job entries and in journalism, and it's more rappers now than it ever was in I don't know in the whole existence of hip hop. So I appreciate that. But the quality, the super quality of music is missing. And niggas is quiet and soft, and ain't nobody saying shit about nothing. And everybody think they gotta walk on eggshells around these soft ass rap niggas, bro. You don't gotta do that. You are literally in charge of rapping your ass off. Whether you are a new artist, a young artist. We just seen Malice and Pusha T damn near 50 and old plus 50 years old, put out one of the best hip hop albums in the last I don't know how many years, bro. So it's like anybody that's 15 or 9 years old that rap to all the way to a nigga that's 60 and that's a pioneer. If you got the skill set, you can get your shit off. And fuck who don't think that is great. Like get your shit off. And then we'll judge it after the fact. But all this fucking fickle rap shit, this and that and all that, man, fuck that shit. Hip hop ain't never been built on the backs of no pussy ass niggas, bro.
yeah. Talk it did. Talk that talk, Mr.
Come on,
JCR.
man.
You know what I'm saying? Come on.
Facts.
Come on. Yes, yes. Facts, facts. But listen, we're gonna get into a couple records off the album. definitely want to shout out Mike and Keys. They did this thing on. I
Mixtape,
mean,
mixtape. We
yeah,
can't
yeah,
call we
on
can't
the
call the
mixtape.
album
Yeah,
a mix. I mean, can't
what?
call it a mixtape, an album.
Yeah, yeah, my bad. Gangsta Grillz, the mixtape series, no doubt. But shout out Mike and Keys went crazy on this thing. Shout out Problem. I thought that was a great opening track. Silver Lining on this thing as well.
Yeah,
We just had Eric. You just missed Eric. Eric had just come on with us right here, so we gave him his props for being a part of this song right here. So we're gonna run this song. Can I? Check it out. You know what I'm saying? Gangsta Grillz. Every movie needs a trailer with the one and only game DJ Drama. Check it out. Super heavy. Hell yeah. Dope record game. Dope record for sure, man. Shout out Easy, no doubt. Is that the first time you and Bellinger got together on the record? I can't remember.
nah, man, me and Eric, man, that's my again, man, it's one of my IRLs, bro. So it's like, from the lunch table, man, to the studio to just, just being the homie, man. He LA homegrown. So, man, he carried on that record too. I just when I figured out what I wanted to do with the hook, man, I called Eric and he was on the road and he stopped what he was doing and got it done. And he knew the urgency. And so, then I sent it to the drummer and it is what it is. But man, I was listening to, to my own lyrics and shit, and I never really listened to my records. I drop shit and then I listen to what I like listening to. Currently is of course Nas and Primo. I've been giving that a run, and then I've been listening to 21 Savage. And so I think my number one and number twos right now that I just go to is like my when I'm in the gym, I really go off the NBA YoungBoy. You know what I'm saying? Like that's my
Okay.
gym shit. That
Okay.
give me pumped. But then when I'm just riding, bro, it's like either Wale or Mozzie. Like I'm all over hip hop, man, these days with the guys that really, really care about doing this shit. And I'm not really listening to niggas who who don't have the skill set. And that's just what it is.
Yeah, yeah. Shout out to Mozzie too. Y'all did your thing on that Blood Tears. That Blood
Yeah,
Tears, another
man.
dope record on this mixtape as well. My bad, my
Yeah.
bad. You know what I mean? I want to ask you because you brought up the Drake Kendrick situation, and we've really been getting some dope hip hop in this past year. It feels like for so long. Do you think that scenario created a reset?
Nah, I don't think it created a reset. I think that it's one of those moments, man, where we were all locked in. We were waiting to see what Drake was gonna do, and we was waiting to see what Kendrick was gonna do. And I think that both of those guys are very, very skilled. I think lyrically, Dot is one of the best to ever do it. And I think music wise, like what can't Drake do? So I mean, I just appreciated it from a fan standpoint. I was very instrumental in Kendrick's rise in the early stages, and then Drake, ever since damn near ever since he came out, man, I've been my partner, man. So I don't gotta like choose sides, bro. I don't have to do that for anybody's public opinion. You know what I'm saying? With me, it's four fingers up, two twisted in the middle till I die. It is what it is. Like it ain't. I can't really say it's nobody more West Coast for me. I've been living out this motherfucker for 46 years, bro. I ain't never moved out of state. I don't got no houses over in Miami or Chicago or New York. I live in LA. I was here, you know what I'm saying? I was born here and this is where I'm gonna die. So I don't never want to hear nobody, like saying, oh, you turned your back on the way. How? How? How have I ever done that when I've defended every single thing aimed at California, whether it's my business or not? I jump in shit when it don't have nothing to do specifically with me, but it has something to do with, one of the homies on the coast or who rapping. I don't like when other rappers get ganged up on and nothing like that. I did it when Shine when at Dot. I did it when Dirk went at Tiger. And I did it, recently when Ross was going at Drizzy just because like, that's the homie. And I felt like the whole industry was ganging up on him and I ain't nigga, let's rap. That's how I feel. Let's rap.
There it is. Yeah, we were just talking about that earlier. This is a contact sport, brother. Let's get to it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So we got some people that definitely want to ask some questions. DJ Damage, are you there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's going on, Chuck?
What's up with it?
Good with your brother. So yeah, man. First and foremost, I want to thank you for being one of those this year to bring good music back because this has definitely been the year of that. You know what I'm saying? And a classic with John, bro, for sure. And just wanted to salute you on that. Keep doing your thing, brother, and keep kicking these niggas' asses. You know what it is.
Nah, I appreciate it, man. I
Yes,
appreciate it,
sir.
man. One thing I appreciate more, man, is somebody who understands and appreciates the dedication that it takes to put out like, solid projects, man.
Right. That's pretty much all I have for you, brother. Keep doing your thing. And,
Oh yeah.
what's up, brother?
All love, Damage. I appreciate you, homie.
Yes,
Shout out DJ Damage for sure. Swerve, is you there?
Yep. What up, gang? What up, baby?
What up with you, G?
All right. Yo, real quick, other than rapping, if you was a producer, executive producer, give me like 3 or 5 artists in the world you would love to produce. They don't have to be one genre. It could be any genre you like.
I think I think it's this cat, man. It's this cat who sing named Saint Harrison, bro. I would produce a project on Saint Harrison. If you're not familiar, you should get hip. I definitely could produce a dope album on Dot. You know what I'm saying? I definitely I like again, and not to pit nobody up against each other, but I could sit in on Drake, on a Drake creation and make sure that you hear Drake a way that you never heard Drake in your life on some real hip hop shit. Um, I would love to get in with 21 Savage. That's one of my favorite artists, man. And I know that, somewhere deep down in there that he could be on some straight hip hop MC shit too. Cause he be, Savage be kicking some shit, but he got his style and he kind of stay, in that lane. But like, if I was going to executive produce, a few people, man, those would be the artists I'd love to do that with.
Yeah. Because I feel you definitely throughout your career, you picked real work collabs with a lot of dope producers and your beat selection. So that's why I thought of that. I think you'd be a dope executive producer of somebody's project, whether old or new.
Yeah, and last but not least, I love to executive produce a whole album on Ye, just me. Like, let me do it. You know what I'm saying? Let me direct the traffic on a Ye album, and one of them.
Yeah. I salute my brother. The project is definitely dope. You know what I'm saying?
Love.
And man, you already know that. Keep on pushing. When your next official project gonna come out?
Man, I'm about to add 10, I'm about to add 12 songs to this drama tape on Friday.
Oh, okay.
And nobody don't even know it. Nobody don't even know that's coming. This is the first time you heard of that. And this next 12 is it's like that, bro.
Exclusive. Salute, baby.
Yeah.
Because that's been the beaming question for a while. That's been the beaming question. The documentary 3. What's it looking like?
The documentary 3 is not to be taken lightly at all. That's why I'm dropping these tapes. It's just a layup line, man, with this drama project, man. It's just me laying up. When we come, with the documentary at the top of 2026, bro, it's the tip off. That's when it's gonna get real. That's when it's really game time, man. And again, I'm doing this shit because I just look around hip hop, man, and I feel like game like motherfuckers miss me a little bit. You know what I'm saying? At least the skill set and the the competitive nature in this shit, and actually putting out something that you could really ride to, man. Something that you could put your girl on if she trying to, really tap into hip hop. And then something you could talk about in the barbershop with the homies. Like, we missing these moments, man. We got to get busy as hip hop artists, as hip hop journalists, as DJs, as producers, as fans. You know what I'm saying? We gotta alter the way that we go to concerts. We gotta put our phones back in our pocket and enjoy the moment, man. Live in the moment and stop making everything about you and your Instagram story. Like, we gotta get back to the essence of what this shit really is, or it's gonna die. Like, you can look around and just see, bro, the shit is gonna die if we let it die. It's getting too unauthentic, too corny, culture driven. It's just getting weird, man. And we gotta, as a culture, not just me, because who the fuck am I, right? Except one nigga. We gotta change this shit across the board. Like, everybody has to play their part.
100%. 100%. Since you brought up the ladies, I want to get into another record here. Shout out to Jeremiah. You guys are always nice on these records together. You know what I mean? So again, for anybody who hasn't heard the mixtape Gangsta Grillz, every movie needs a trailer. This one is rotation. Shout out Drama, Micah Keys, Jeremiah on the hook. Of course, JC on game doing his thing. Check it out.
Baby.
Yes, sir. The title with that one, Rotation, y'all. Shouts to Jeremiah. Of course, Mike Keys, drama on that thing right there. Game doing this thing. What I liked most about this album, Game, was you kind of gave us a little bit of everything of yourself in this. Lyricism to the gangster rap to like you always good at those joints too. You know what I'm saying? Where you get the ladies just a little bit of that 9800 BPM. We could bump as the DJs. You know what I'm saying? To get them to shake a little ass. You know what I'm saying? So is that intentional?
I think what it is, man, is when you look at the full scope of any project, right? Whether it be a mixtape or an album, man, you kind of just want to make sure that you hit like all the auras. You know what I'm saying? You want to give I make music for, niggas in the pen doing burpees. I make music for the chick who just got off work at Starbucks. I make music, for niggas for the YNs, niggas that's in the streets still really getting to it. I make music for the niggas with good jobs, nigga, that, is going to the gym, straight after work. Like, you just got to make sure that you tap in with everybody, man. Like, I make music for, Latinos, for white boys, for Philly. It don't matter, bro. Like, it's just going to be something on there for everybody to appreciate, man. Like, that be the aim when I'm putting together these projects,
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. DWY, you there? All right, we'll throw it to New York. CC, what's happening out there?
Yeah, D, you on mute. Well, first of all, I'm not surprised. I was presently happy with the mixtape. I'm gonna tell you right now, it's probably one of the best bodies of work we got out right now, from front to back. Shout out to Drama, shout out to yourself. The A&R, I guess, behind it, your creation process. Where did that come from? And where, felt like a lot of shit been bottled up that you decided to get out. You know what I mean? And I love that. But how do you create and decide what songs you're going to put out? Because it felt very meticulous, but it felt very like, I'm going to give y'all the shit. And that's the question.
Yeah. I think it really stems from just following your heart, right? Like, if you understand anything about your personal being, your personal human being, you can feel in your heart when shit is right, and you can feel in your heart when shit is off. And I'm saying anybody above the age of 18 should be able to tap into energy and just know when shit is hot and when it's not. And that goes across the board, not just music. Like, I always been the type of nigga where if I'm at a function, when the energy getting weird, nigga, that's when I dip. And then you hear about it later. Niggas got shot up, right? It's the same thing when you get dressed, bro. Like, when you at home by yourself, bro, you put your hoodie on, you look at yourself in the mirror, you like, nah, I ain't fucking with this. You know what I'm saying? And you go back to the closet, you throw on something different, you put on a Knicks hat, you be like, nigga, smack, nigga, let's get to it. Cause you feel 100% like yourself. So when I'm creating music, bro, I'm in there with my homies. Of course, Mike and Keys is on the production, but my homeboy Chill, and then I got Problem in there, and these are like not yes men. So these niggas is like, we shouldn't complete this one. We shouldn't complete this song. This ain't the best version of you, and let's move on. And so that's my creation process. Is I'm either starting. I always ask my niggas, right? Like, it's if they my niggas, they understand. I'll be like, yo, what come first, the chicken or the egg? And so what that means is, nigga, should I start working on the hook, or should I just get off my lyrics? And so whatever you can feel when the beat, when you listening to a beat, what should come first? Should it start with the hook, or should you just gas that motherfucker from the rip? And so between Problem and Chill, they're gonna be like, yo, nigga, the chicken. And then so if they say the chicken coming first, then that's we getting straight to the verse. If they say the egg, then we doing the hook. And then so I don't record past one hook and one verse without clearing it, through the room. It may be a chick in there. I'm asking her how she feel about it. Everybody in there gets a say so, and then across the board, if it ain't a 10 out of 10, we smack dead to the next song. I'm not wasting no time creating full songs that I know aren't going to ever see the light of day. And so after I cleared around the room, then I come back to myself and ask myself, is this something in my heart of hearts that I feel that people who appreciate games music are going to appreciate the way that I feel that I do? And then after all that, then boom. So we got a song. And so I might, for this drama project, I recorded like 60 songs, bro, in like 2.5, 3 days almost. And so we had a lot to go through to unpack to get it down to 18. And me, the thing with problem is he'd be like, bro, come on, like at some point you gotta stop rapping. Nigga, we're never gonna be able to put out the project. And so you need these guys in there to filter out, the bullshit or my long-winded longevity. Cause you know me, I'm a 300, 400, 500 bar nigga. I keep going and keep creating songs until I feel like it's perfect, but it might already be perfect. So it's like if you are creating anything in life, bro, it could be a clothing brand, it could be your music. You need somebody there to tell you niggas ain't gonna wear these jeans, nigga, them is ass. So like, nigga, we need to go back to the drawing board and get this shit right, man. So that's what it is, man. I got a team of niggas who really do this shit and who are really honest about not only our shit, but how it's gonna blend in with the culture of great shit that has, come to pass before this.
Hell yeah. Shout out Problem. Shout out Problem for sure. Go ahead. Did you have your
my bad. What up, game? Yo, so I'm gonna take us back to the doctor's advocate, because I jumped on. I mean, I've been on everything moving up until that point, and then from that point on to now, like your first 3 albums was super consistent. And I remember being like a game fan in a way, like listening to it, like, yo, he's spitting some shit from the West Coast. And people used to always be like, yeah, but he always like name dropping and saying this and saying that about people's name. I'm like, but everybody does that from Jay-Z down. That's part of hip hop. And it's the way that you do it. You add context to the names that you add. You're not just saying niggas' names. So has that ever come across your desk?
That shit come across my desk every day. It's like, nigga, if I had like actual written fan mail, nigga, that would be every other letter, right? But so the thing is that if you look at hip hop on a broad scale, nigga, everyone name drops. Everyone names drops. It's just me that for some reason niggas pick me to want to say, you name dropping again. But has anybody ever thought that, nigga, that's my style of rap? You know what I'm saying? Like you get Busta Rhymes. Busta Rhymes is gonna scream and hit you with the ad libs and get animated. Same as a Ludacris. Hove is gonna lean back in the pocket and let you know what it is, and and do that. Like the Clips is gonna tell you, nigga, how that shit, how much it weigh on the fish scale, and how they got that shit from Bogota to Virginia, nigga. It is what it is, bro. But everyone in hip hop drops names. I'm just the fall guy for it, but I appreciate it. I don't feel slighted about it. It is what it is. I'll be the poster boy for name dropping. I'm at a point now where I'm letting niggas know, like I said on Can I, like, nigga, can I drop my names, nigga? You good? Like
you drop your own name
right,
now, right?
Yeah, that's just the way
you got enough hits under your belt that without name dropping that you went off. So every time you did it all landed and it made sense. But I always wanted to speak. I wanted to see you in person whenever I did come across you. But now that we got you on the call, I wanted to definitely ask you that, because this always asked to me, and I'm a producer of radio, so I can like and love stuff and have a justification of it. So I don't need nobody to explain to me. I know exactly what you're doing, but
I had just to let you know, I had asked Problem when we was gonna start the Gangsta Grillz. I was like, nigga, should I really fuck niggas up and don't drop one name on this entire project? And that nigga Problem was like, man, fuck these niggas, bro. We gotta do what we do, bro. And so I just went straight in like I would normally, bro, and really got to it, man.
Salute. So yeah, we definitely look forward to. Well, I look forward to the album, because again, I got selective artists that I put in my joint when I'm driving my 8-hour road trips from Toronto to New York or to the A, and your albums was definitely in those rotations with all of the greats during the 2000s. So I salute you, and to now, like, because I don't need those skips. I need to listen to a whole album so that I forget that I'm driving 8 hours. So I appreciate you for being part of that rotation.
Yeah, no, I got you, man. In the next 6 months, man, you're gonna have a lot of dope game shit, man. And it's gonna be more me than it's ever been. I think at this point in my life and my career, I'm more polished as an MC than I was in the early stages, man. So right now I'm in this bag where I just feel like rapping, and it's gonna yield some really dope ass shit, man. And I think when I go away again, and I go away, and but while I'm up and while I'm awoke and while I want to do this shit, I'm gonna just pump out as much classic materials as I possibly can.
Salute. Good looking out, Ray.
Hell yeah. I want to shout out Jay Mill in the chat. Asked about the title of the mixtape. Every movie needs a trailer. What's the story behind that?
I was chilling, bro. I was chilling in the crib with with my girl and shit, and I was and Wicked came on, right? And I was like, yeah, man, like that shit make you want to like trailers and shit and commercials for movies make you want to take your ass to the movie. So I'm thinking like, man, I need to just like call this shit. Every movie needs a trailer because everybody is like, hype, or at least my fans are hype for the documentary, but I can't get it to them fast enough. So I felt like, man, let me just run the trailers. You know how like you going to the movies with your girl or some shit, and you got that extra 20 minutes because trailers gonna be rolling. So you ain't in a rush. You're gonna be able to stand in line, get the popcorn, and then you sit down and be like, and we all do this shit. We get to the movies, bro, and we know we got that little grace period, but somehow we still get to that motherfucker, sit down and look up like, all right, we good. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I just wanted to provide my fans and people who fuck with my music with some dope shit and let them know exactly what it was. Like, this is not an album. This is a Gangsta Grillz mixtape, and it's the trailer to what is gonna be an amazing addition to my already dope catalog. That's just how I feel about it.
Hell yeah, 100%. And next time you go to a movies and you trip out on the app or wherever you get your tickets, it actually gives you the start time now. So it'll say
Yeah,
showtime. It say showtime at 6, so start time at like 6:27. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, I
Just so
got it.
you know what it is. You know what I mean?
Right.
Shout out Jay Mill. Good question. I want to get into another joint if you got some time. If it's cool with you, if we could run scheme. I think you and OT went crazy on this record.
Yeah. Yeah,
Is
yeah,
that
yeah.
cool with
Don't
you?
get me wrong, man. I'm good, man. I'm just here, man.
All right, hell yeah, hell yeah. Again, Gangsta Grillz, every movie needs a trailer. Super fire. Check this out, y'all. Shout out OT, yo. People sleep on OT too. He can rap too. You know what I mean? OT, I think people got used to like some of it's like fun whatever songs, but he can rap too. You know what I mean? Got to give OT his props as
Yeah,
well, no
man.
doubt, no doubt. Shout out that Dog Pound sample on there. That was Mike and Keys too.
That was the homeboy Duke and Battle Cat, of course.
Battle Cat. Salute to Battle Cat. Fuck
Yeah.
yeah. Fuck yeah. Good shit. Good shit. Miss Queen B, let's get one from the lady. What's happening?
Hey, Queen Bee out of Connecticut. I just want to salute to you, and just to let you know, just keep doing your thing. I love the mixtape. I checked it out, heard it through, and
Uh-huh.
I just want to say I'm probably one of the only ones that play "Why You Hate the Game" the whole song all the way through in the club.
Oh yeah. In the club, it's crazy.
Yes,
Yeah, do that.
it was spiritual to me. So
Yeah, nah,
salute.
that song right there meant a lot to me when I did it, and it it still holds the same weight today.
Thank you. Every
Very
time I
nice.
listen to it, just send chills.
Yeah, appreciate you.
Yes, thank you.
So we don't have too many West Coast cats on here. I myself, I'm out of San Diego. Matter of fact, game, you probably don't remember, but it's been years because I used to rock with Z90. I remember you used to come out, rock with Trey and all that type
Yeah.
of shit. So like I said, it's been years since we actually was in the same room together, whatever. But how do you feel about California in the state of collaboration right now? Because there's always been the divide and the Bloods and the Crips, Northers and Southerners, Bay and LA. Where do you, in your opinion, where do we stand right now?
I think that, man, I think the OG, if you're looking for camaraderie and you're looking for, the rags to be tied together, you got to look at the OGs, man. I think you see Cube, you see Snoop, you see Exhibit, you see E40 and Too Short, and all the cats up in the Bay, like they all of them still locked in, bro. I think it's with the new age cats, man. I think we got this crab in the barrel mentality where we feel like we got to just do us, and like, and we don't maximize. I think, a good point of direction is Atlanta always been, until recently, Atlanta always been locked in all the way in with each other. I'm talking about, from the collabs to stand together, as a city and as a culture, man. New York used to have it like that too. I don't know what New York is doing right now, but yeah, LA is, I mean, not LA, but the entire West Coast is still pretty much locked in on a legend level. But I think, somewhere in the middle, all the way, to the bottom of the barrel, we gotta like do better with locking in. I see YG and Shoreline Mafia, the Blue Bloods Clan, Hit Boy, like they locked in. But I think that, I think that on a broad scale, everybody just got to lock in, man. Like all the separatism and all of that, that divide and conquer shit, man. That shit should die, man, because we don't nobody nobody eats like that.
Yeah,
Or
say
or
nobody thrives out of that. Nobody
yeah, no,
thrives out of
no,
that.
nobody. We don't thrive as as an entity. We thrive individually. But see, that's never been my thing. Ever since I came in, I've reached out and pulled, the next guy up. I did it with, Kendrick and Nipsey and Glasses Malone and a lot of cats, bro. A lot of cats, bro. I reached down and, pulled up, man, and made sure that, they did their thing without ever saying like, yo, sign this or get on this paper. I never was that guy, bro. That's why I never signed the artist. Not saying that I shouldn't have. It's just that wasn't what I was into. I was into, like creating a lane where everybody could like drive on. You know what I'm saying? And for me, that like I took like I was elated at the fact that that I was able to help. You know what I'm saying? I felt like I got to help, and I feel like I should like extend my hand to the niggas that was doing it at that time.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. Shout out to DJ Punchy because he brought that up. Like a lot of people have slept on your A&R game. Do you
Yeah.
have like a top three that you've kind of worked with that you're like, or I shouldn't even say top three, but like maybe someone didn't take off, maybe you thought they should have more or something like that?
Didn't take off when I thought they should have.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
I feel like Scheme. I feel like Scheme is one of those
Scheme.
underdogs. You know what I'm saying? I also feel like Crooked Eye deserves a lot more flowers. I feel like he deserved bouquet, but bouquet after bouquet when it comes to somebody getting their flowers. Also Eastwood. I feel like Eastwood deserves a lot of flowers. These are niggas that paved the way for me. Like a lot of people say, Game came in and he kind of held the West on his own, but like, yeah, man, they make it seem like like nobody else wasn't really there. You know what I'm saying? Crooked Eye was there. You know what I'm saying? Eastwood was there. Gorilla Black was there. Even though we had our differences and whatnot. Like there was Hot Dollar was there. Like Technique was there. Like it was a lot of artists that were around and that were young and that were putting on for the city. A lot of people. Bishop Lamont was there. You know what I'm saying? Damani was there. Like it was a lot of niggas. Dom was there. You know what I'm saying? So it's just that like I didn't really like I held it, you know what I'm saying, on a broad scale, you know what I'm saying, on a a A-list rap nigga level. But as far as like, the guys that was, behind the scenes really putting in work, those is, the names that I named.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I'm gonna throw it back to you in New York. What's happening?
Nah, real quick, man. Just again, shout out to you for coming and putting out this great body of work. The people here at Dot Hip Hop was like, yo, they wanted to honor you with your own game dot hip hop, a free web domain. So I'm going to make sure that I told you that because people respect you here, especially in New York. And like I said, man, the body of work, I've been talking about it for at least a week, man, since I first heard it. And it's been resonating. And shout to D-Train, man, for like, really stepping up and saying, yo, I'm gonna reach out to Game and make it happen because people need to hear the music. So thank you.
Yeah.
And want to make sure we connect you with the Dot Hip Hop people. And that's just what it is.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. And see, one thing about New York and Game, man, is we ain't never been shy about appreciating each other, man. I think that my style, especially early stages, was heavily New York influence. Still to this day, just being wanting to be and strive to be one of the greatest lyricists ever, not just on the West Coast, but period. Came from all the niggas I was listening to before me. You know what I'm saying? The Nas's, the Big Daddy Kanes when I was young. And again, like I said, KRS-One. And when I came up, True Life, like Stacks Bundles, like niggas, these was my first Dave Easts and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you look at True Life and the early True Life and you look at Stacks Bundles, you put them niggas together, you get a nigga like Dave East. Like I was on that type of time with New York, you know what I'm saying? Fab and the whole family and just like being around with Saigon and like when the young niggas, even Joe Buttons, man, you know what I'm saying? Like back in the day, like it was New York, niggas was like starving to be great. And I was able to be out there and be on that side again because out here as far as like hip hop was concerned, niggas wasn't tapped into being lyricists and shit. Niggas was rapping about the, the culture, the up in the Bay, independent and in the hustling, that's their thing. Down here it was gang banging, palm trees, six foes, lolos and hoes. Like, but as far as like the lyricism, outside of like niggas like Razzcast and and the alcoholics and shit and exhibit Hitman, like niggas wasn't on no real lyricist shit. You know what I'm saying? And so I had to, go to New York and tap in with the niggas and stand on the corner at 145th and Lennox with Jim Jones and smack and record these smack DVD freestyles in real time. And then I'd go to the Justo Mixtape Awards and then fly over to Brooklyn, fuck with Fab and them Desert Storm niggas, and then get over to the BX. And like I was out there, bro. I was on the A train and with the hoodie on. And you know what I'm saying? I remember like landing in New York and you nigga, I don't care where you look, you couldn't miss a New York Yankee hat. Now these days, nigga, it's scattered. Like I don't New York is missing something, man. And somebody gotta like, I don't where y'all new nigga. Like, not saying that the niggas just there ain't really putting in work, but where's New York's king now? Like, who jumps out? Maybe that nigga right now is, on his stoop, getting busy, about to let the world know who he is. And I just can't wait for everybody to rise to power from every area in the world, bro. Like, even the niggas in the UK and the German rappers and a nigga in Africa who only got a Tupac t-shirt and no studio access. Like, I'm an advocate for hip hop being as good as it can be for all of us, not just for the artists or the rappers, but the producers, the fashion designers, the journalists, the photographers. Like I want everybody to thrive under this hip hop umbrella, and just because it's missing authenticity and it's missing that make me feel how I felt when I was listening to Ready to Die for the first time, or when I first heard nigga Donnell Jones album, nigga in the car with a bitch, like and learned the entire the entire words, nigga, to an R&B album. When Lauryn Hill dropped Miseducation, like when Pun dropped, you know what I'm saying? I was the luckiest man on earth. My wisdom was cursed. Anything that, what I'm saying, that hurt worse than giving birth. Like, nigga, we need all of that. We need all of that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We need them Gordon Parks type photos mixed with the Jonathan Mannion, you know what I'm saying? Like with X with blood on them. Like everybody has to play a part in the betterment of hip hop. It's not just rap niggas. So you can't say, oh, this nigga put out an album and we ain't really, nigga, do your part. You know what I'm saying? Critique it. Put out, write something, write a piece about it. Let that nigga know what he did good and what he can't do better. It's on y'all too. It ain't just, we just can't be the niggas we rap and then y'all niggas get to say, nah, it's trash with no good feedback. Like we don't win like that. That means that the journalists and the radio personalities, the DJs, y'all not Coach Carter and niggas. You know what I'm saying? You ain't pulling nobody to the side. You just giving up on niggas. You ain't really Phil Jackson. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not Coach K. Like, everybody like Kobe in his first year, nigga, he ain't come in and just be Kobe. Nigga was averaging 5-6 points before he got to glory. But that's because people gave a fuck about the growth and people had invested into, like his future. We gotta do that again, even for the label heads. Niggas ain't the A&Rs ain't riding around on the motherfucking van with you and your homies, nigga, while getting weed in they little suits and shit no more. Like this shit is all like,
Well, it's funny you say that because I think the tough part about that though, game, is everybody want to be the front dude now. Like everything you talking about used to be squad. A&R Cat used to run his part. Manager used to run his. Everybody want to be the dude in the front now. You know what I mean? Everybody trying to be the artist. You know what I'm saying? So that's just my opinions on that. But I feel you 100%. I'm gonna throw it out to Houston. What up, Quantum? What's happening out there?
Chilling, man. I had a question for you, game, but you just kind of opened up a can of worms in that last thing you said. But let me go with the first question, which is, I want to know, what were you listening to outside of your lineage, your direct lineage, would be Death Row, things of that nature. What were you listening to on the West Coast outside of that as you were coming up? You had just mentioned a lot of names you were mentioning that you were listening to on the East Coast. On the West Coast, what are some names that like we would be surprised or that you really haven't mentioned that you would
Uh,
listen to on the West Coast?
Big Mike, Ghetto Boys,
On the
T-Love.
West Coast, though. On the
Oh,
West Coast.
on the West
Yeah.
Coast.
West Coast.
You talking about West Coast artists?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, West Coast artists, man, listening to Telly Mac, Mac Dre, the Jacka. Like I was listening to, Mitchie Slick, um, just the new Death Row niggas, the realest. Like I was missing Pop so much. I started listening to the realest.
Okay.
Just like the niggas that was around my way, man, putting out, little projects here and there, man. I've always been a sponge to anything that I felt like was dope for the culture on our side, man.
Were you ever at the Good Life? Did you ever participate in that?
You mean the good life? What's the good life? That's Ye
The
and
Good
them?
Life out in LA. The Good Life out
Oh
in LA.
no, no, I wasn't super tapped in. Damn, that's crazy you said that. I didn't even know, I didn't even remember the good life. Yeah, I wasn't tapped in. I wasn't so tapped into the good life, man, but I understood what they was on and what that movement was too.
Okay. Okay. And you had just mentioned something right now. And I hate that I forgot. You had just mentioned about the culture getting better, things of that nature. How do you stand with AI?
I think like anything, bro, when something is a force to be reckoned with, you kind of it kind of you it becomes one of those things where you have to become a chameleon and blend in with it and make sure that you're not overexerting yourself into this computerized lifestyle and that you're taking a little bit from it and mixing it in with, your humanity so that you can make sure that you have the balance. Like I'm not hating on AI because AI is making it a lot easier for some artists to be creative, but it's also very, very noticeably um realness missing. Like when I hear AI, I can hear that it's not a nigga who struggled or came from pain. So when you get an artist to sing your hook, I can't feel it. I literally like I listen to AI singing and rapping and doing that shit, and there's zero feeling in the shit for me. So what happens was what I've seen niggas doing is throwing the concept or the idea in the AI and then calling up the homegirl or the homies to come replay, re-sing, rewrite, redo it, and add, feeling to it. Me per se, I'm just like kind of old school with it. Like I need it to feel like it needs to feel from the jump. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of producers are using AI to ease up the production process. And then you got some niggas are straight still with the tapping on the MPC and doing it how they doing it. I'm just not here to, kick nobody in the ass about their creation process. I just really fuck with the old way of doing things myself.
No doubt.
Fuck with it. Fuck with it. If it's cool with you, want to get into another record? Can we run that Mozzie joint? You mind if I run that Blood Tears?
Yeah, yeah. Run that Blood Tears, man. I might have to dip out at some point in the next like 10, 15.
Yeah, no, I get it. Man, and 100% thank you for your time, brother. But listen, this Gangsta Grillz super ill. You said we got 10, 12 more joints dropping on Friday, huh?
Yeah, man. Nobody knows that except us at this point. And
Let's
again,
go.
man, I've been on the phone. I've been on this, on this call with y'all because I give a fuck. Because I care, bro. And so I'm starting to really
Facts.
lock in and do things that I did when I was younger to make sure that people knew that I gave a fuck. This shit is bigger. It's bigger than me, man. It's bigger than big. This project is bigger than me, bigger than drama, bigger than Mike and Keys. This is an insert into hip hop. This shit belongs to hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Like we get paid whatever stream. I don't even be calculating streams or even understand how to do it. Niggas be stealing money from us every which way around these days. You know what I'm saying? The mass agenda. So we really are doing this shit just for the love of the game, man. So I want people to really understand that is that even when you are on the other side of this camera talking to me, you know what I'm saying? You are feeding hip hop. We are all, everybody on the call, everybody shooting the, emojis up and their 2 cents and everybody talking, about like having healthy conversations about not only this project, but the state of hip hop. That shit is developmental for what's to come, bro. We have to do this. All artists have to do this. Everybody on your side of the, coin has to do this. And so I'm here for it.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Back.
Good shit. Good shit. Blood Tears, the name of this one, y'all. Shouts to Mozzie out of Sacktown. One time. Shout out to Game, man. 23 years, man. Much respect. You know what I'm saying? Looking forward, no doubt, to not again more music dropping this Friday. The documentary 3. I know everybody waiting for it, G. So I just, like I said, a lot of inspiration today, man. 100%, man. And you can tell beyond the music, you really, really love this shit. You know what I mean? And I think that's where we're at, getting back to in the essence of this hip hop shit. The people who ain't in their heart, they're getting weeded out. You know what I'm saying? 100%. So much respect to you though, fam. Like I said, for everybody, again, 10, 12 more songs dropping this Friday. Any kind of timeline around documentary 3, or just 2026, be ready.
Yeah, nah, top of the year, man. It ain't gonna fall into March.
Okay. 100%, man. Well, listen, fam, we appreciate you. We know we gotta let you go. Good shit though, fam. West Coast up, no doubt. You know what I mean?
Nah, hey man, West Coast, East Coast, everybody, man, whatever coast you from, man, just man, life, man. This thing we call life, man. It's fast and it's short, man. So, pour into what's pouring into you, man, and shit, man. Live it to your best ability.
100%. Much respect, G. Again, thank you for your time, man.
Love.